I was born in Pettswood, which is just on the South London. I have two other sisters who have also got my inherited form of macular degeneration called Salisbury fundus dystrophy. Salisbury fundus dystrophy is just like the wet form of age-related macular degeneration, but we just get it earlier, probably in your 30s, 40s. You have exactly what you do in the wet form of macular degeneration. You get drusen, which then gives you blood vessel growth, and these blood vessels leak, and that affects your vision very fast. So the new treatments which are out there now are also for the wet form of macular degeneration for age-related, also would help people with Salisbury. Unfortunately, NICE have only agreed that because the studies were on age-related, that only age-related people can have the treatments, and the PCT trusts are now saying saying whether they should pay for the people who have inherited this form because NICE hadn't approved it. So the children do have a chance now of being helped. In that 10 years ago when my second eye went, there was things coming along, but not anything that they could give me which would help. So I ended up losing my vision. And losing your central vision has meant that I wasn't able to drive. And my youngest at that age was at junior school, in her last couple of years at junior school. So, you know, you go from being able to ferry 3 children around very easily to not being able to do that at all. And it also means that you don't recognise people very easily, and it's far more difficult to read. The good thing though is when you're younger and you've got people relying on you, you have to get on and do things. So basically, because you've got 3 young children, there's no point in just collapsing yourself, because the whole thing would collapse around you. And because your children have a chance of inheriting it, you don't want them to look like it's a big deal, basically. You want them to carry on, hopefully. I mean, there's a lot of aids now around which help, and we're very much into getting the aids that are readily available to you. They are expensive. The best one is the CCTV, which is a video camera with a platform underneath, and it magnifies up to 50 times. And so really at the end of the day, it's your best means of seeing anything, like photos, your nails or anything. But you've got that to rely on, and I notice nearly all the family members did buy that, but it is about £2,000, the best one. And then we all resort to magnifiers and torches and binoculars. So we're very, you know, we know that you just get on with it and get everything you can. What you need when your eyesight goes is not to become a victim. And the only way not to become a victim is to be able to give everything which makes you able to become independent and cope. I had to track down who my social services were. And then I said, well, when am I going to be seen? Well, they haven't got time to see me for another 6 weeks. So you're left with this problem and you've got 6 weeks to wait. So I said, you know, well, just send me my card so I can access these services myself. Oh, no, they couldn't do that unless they saw me. There's a wide variety of things out there which people haven't got access to, unfortunately, because the services are so slow. And that, I think, is the problem. And that's why the Macular Disease Society is there, because there is such a need. I think anybody with a disability, it will get very quickly frustrated if there isn't a system out there to support immediately. I think people, when they're diagnosed with anything, if they're verbally told this by the consultant, people only remember a very small proportion of things said to them in a meeting. And unfortunately, you know, if you're in a state of shock, when they just link onto something, you know, your eyesight's going to go, they don't then listen really, they can't get around that. And so it will be very easy for the consultant to write down what they have then and there and give a telephone number to somebody so that they can ring. I would have loved a telephone number to have rung somebody. My advice to anybody who has just lost their eyesight is not to be a victim. Go out there and find out and get what you need. Don't ever play the waiting game. You must get out there and do it. People aren't going to come and give it to you, unfortunately, unless you want to wait for a while. But go out and get it all. There is lots out there now with visual aids. And once you start doing it and you start realizing that you can get around and do the things you used to do, you'll start being able to cope, and it will diminish the eye problem. What you want to do is, it's just part of you, and you want to be able to cope without it. It's part of you, and it will affect your attitude to life and how you deal with things, but it doesn't have to be the major part of your life.